Hello everyone, this is Hina Sadaf and we are starting the chapter Location of Pakistan today. In this chapter we are going to learn about the location of Pakistan in the globe, in the world, and also with reference to the region we are going to discuss where Pakistan is located, what's the importance of its location, and what are the neighboring countries around it. Pakistan is located in the northern hemisphere right above the Tropic of Cancer. As this is visible in this map, you can see this line here that is shown at 23.5 degrees north. This is known as Tropic of Cancer. This is in the north of equator. And right above this we have Pakistan, which is shown with red color. So it lies in the northern hemisphere and it is to the east of prime meridian. If we look at this map carefully, what we see here in the south of Pakistan is 24° north. That is passing just through the southern region of Pakistan, right from Thatta. And as we keep on moving towards north, what we see that towards the north we have 36° north, that is the latitude, which passes through Chitral. And if we look at the longitudinal extent, what we see here that this is 60° east, that is in Iran. And if we talk about Pakistan, the extreme west of Pakistan, we have 61 degrees east. And if we look at the longitude which is towards the eastern end of Pakistan, we have 78 degrees east, that is in this region towards the extreme northeast of Pakistan. Now let's have a look on which countries are bordering Pakistan. We have India towards the east of Pakistan, and if we look at the length of border, it is around 1610 kilometers. So that is the eastern boundary of Pakistan, where we have India, and this is known as line of control. The other country which is located towards the northeast, extreme northeast of Pakistan, it is China, and Pakistan shares a border of 595 kilometers with China. If we look at the northwestern side of Pakistan, as you can see here in this map, we have Afghanistan bordering Pakistan, and the border is about 2252 kilometers in length, and this border is known as Durand Line. And towards the extreme west of Pakistan, or we may call it southwestern side, we have Iran bordering with Pakistan, and this is the part of Balochistan which borders with Iran. And the length of this border that we share with Iran is 805 kilometers. Now if we look at the south, we have a water body here, which you have already studied about in the forest chapter and in fishing chapter. This is Arabian Sea, and the coastline of Pakistan that we have with the Arabian Sea is around 700 kilometers. Now that we are done with the neighboring countries and the location of Pakistan, we'll have a look on how Pakistan plays an important role in the region, or what's the importance of its location. Now towards the north of Pakistan and northwestern side of Pakistan, we have mountainous areas, mountain ranges are there. And if we talk about trade or transportation and communication with these countries, we are lucky to have passes, mountain passes in these areas, which allow us to have trade with countries like China and Afghanistan, which would be otherwise impossible in the absence of passes, because of the rugged topography and because of the extremely high peaks. If we look at the passes which join Pakistan with China, we have Karakoram Pass, and after the construction of the famous Karakoram Highway, our relations with China have been strengthened. Moreover, this highway, the Karakoram Highway, is all-weather operation. It's operational throughout the year. Although being on such high elevation, it's making the trade and communication easier with China. Not only this, it provides a route to China and the Central Asian states to the warm water port of Karachi and Gwadar. It means the countries have an easier and shorter route to have their sea trade via transit trade through Pakistan. There are other passes as well, such as Kunjrab Pass, which joins Pakistan and China, and we have an old route between Hunza and Kashgar, that is Mintaka Pass. If we talk about the passes which connect Pakistan to Afghanistan, then we can name Khyber Pass, which is historically famous. Then we have Kurram Pass and Kojak Pass. These allow us to have trade with Afghanistan, and Afghanistan gets to have transit trade through Pakistan from these passes, and they use our port. And if we talk about the famous Khyber Pass, there's this famous Grand Trunk Road, or which is also known as GT Road. It goes all the way from Lahore to Peshawar and then Khyber Pass, and it makes the trade easier. And it was famous in the history as well, because it was built by Sher Shah Suri in somewhere around 16th century. The other notable passes that we have towards the northwestern side of Pakistan, which enable us to link through or to have transportation and communication with Afghanistan. We have Dora Pass, that is in the Hindu Kush mountain, and it links Chitral and Afghanistan. We have Khyber Pass, that is located somewhere in Sufeid and which connects Peshawar with Jalalabad and Kabul in Afghanistan. Then Gomal Pass, which is located in Waziristan Hills. It connects Afghanistan to the southern Waziristan region of Pakistan. Apart from these three passes, we have Kojak Pass and Barogil passes, which are also connecting Pakistan to Kandahar and Badakhshan regions of Afghanistan respectively. Now if we look at how Pakistan is connected to Iran, which is towards the extreme west of Pakistan, we have two major entry points. One is located in Koh-e-Taftan, which is connecting Iran with Pakistan via Nokandi, and this road is further connected to Quetta, and it's coming from Turbat. It's also connecting Quetta and Turbat. So this way we have an easy route to meet Iran, to have trade and communication with them. Then we have another route, which is RCD highway, Regional Cooperation Development Highway, which is towards the southwest, and it's a long route which goes all the way to Iran and then to Turkey. Talking about India, which is on the eastern side of Pakistan, we have border sharing with India, and we have Wagah border which connects Lahore to Amritsar, and this is also used for transportation and trade with India. And there's a railway line which goes all the way from Hyderabad via Mirpur Khas to Khokrapar, and then it leads to India, which due to the political instability that usually affects the relationship in between these two countries, due to due to the issues in between these two countries, the railway line is currently suspended. Why is Pakistan's location geographically important? The first thing is that it lies in the subtropical climatic zone, which makes uh, agricultural activities performed throughout the year, and because of the suitable climate, we are able to grow two major crops a year, which are known as Rabi and Kharif crops. Other than that, Pakistan, being a Muslim country, it has close relations with the other Muslim countries, and it's located in and well linked with the other Muslim countries like Afghanistan, Iran, the Middle Eastern countries, North African Muslim countries. And if we talk about the countries, Muslim countries which are towards the east of Pakistan, we have Bangladesh, Indonesia, Malaysia, and Brunei. So it's in the center of these Muslim countries. Other than that, the most important thing is availability of warm water seaport. It means we can have trade via this seaport throughout the year. The climate is not extreme. We do not have extremely cold or freezing temperatures which may suspend trade and transportation. So we are lucky to have this south of Pakistan as the coastal area, and where we have the warm water seaport available. Not only this, the coastline of Pakistan, the coastal area of Pakistan in Arabian Sea, is somewhere in the central position of the trade routes, and the shipments which are being sent, the ships which are going from the South Asia towards the Far East and beyond that, or to the Middle East and western side of the world, they somehow pass from this area, and ships are often coming to this port of Pakistan, to the coastal areas of Pakistan for refueling. The coastal area of Pakistan, because this is a warm water port, as we have already discussed. And if we talk about the countries which are landlocked countries which do not have an outlet to sea, countries such as Afghanistan, the Central Asian countries, they find an easy route via Pakistan to have trade, and this way Pakistan also earns via transit trade. Other than that, if we talk about the extremely high or extremely cold areas in the north of Pakistan, they are the areas which provide water to the whole country, because there are glaciers, there is a lot of precipitation both in terms of snowfall and in terms of rainfall. So having these mountainous north is helping Pakistan have water for irrigation and for other purposes, because the water, the rivers from the north keeps on flowing towards the south as we have the altitude decreasing towards the south. And last but not the least, another important thing which I would like to add here is that Pakistan lies in the same time zone. It means we have the same time in Pakistan at any given time, unlike the other countries which have a long longitudinal extent, a wide longitudinal extent, and they have different time zones within the country. Pakistan is ideal to have the same time zone within the whole country. So I hope things are clear. If you have questions, you can drop down your queries in the comments below and I'll be answering you shortly. Thank you so much.